Hello, everybody. Welcome to Quill and Sword. This is the best asterisk dark fantasy TTRPG with writers. The reason I say asterisk is because that's my opinion, and y'all got to deal with it because I'm the GM. Hey, and that means it's my job to mess with people and using dice when they disagree. I'm just kidding. I'm not toxic like that. Except sometimes. But anyway, these lovely people are awesome. We love our sound effects. We love Syrinscape. That's what we're using for those. So when you hear stuff, that's what it is. Shout out there. Also shout out to these lovely people who I haven't seen in a minute. Y'all are fantastic. We kind of did a little pre-chat where we talked about some stuff so that everybody should have something to bring to the table for what happened last time. So I'm going to roll my D10 as a D5, see what we got. Okay, that's Megan.
Oh, great. Well, let's see. What did we do last time? Well, the first thing that happened is that Tempest woke up and is feeling weird, really weird. The world feels significantly different than it used to. We were trying to wrap things up, but things kept happening. We're trying to move on to, the next part of the big journey, and things keep popping up. Like someone is hunting Asana. This big lion-o-looking guy is trying to hunt Asana. And with that, I'll hand it over to Vera, because Wisp did a lot of talking to this guy.
I did. So basically a whole ship of Aslari showed up. And yes, they were hunting for Asana, who dared to strike out on her own path. Oh, the horror. And with the help of most of the town sort of getting pitchforks and or whatever else was handy as a weapon behind them, Wisp basically intimidated this ship captain into just turning his ass around and heading right back the direction they came from. So felt really nice for that. I'm gonna mention one other thing just because I probably am the only one who remembers this. But then Wisp ran into a beggar on the street and made a very generous donation, and now we all get luck points after a long rest. So that worked out well. I will hand it over to Robin.
You're muted.
I am so sorry. We got on the boat. SENITA.
You're muted too, SENITA.
I'm not muted. I can't think of anything to say.
Oh, you don't want to bring up the consequences of your own actions?
Steven, it's been 2 months.
Your
Nobody
hag.
likes the consequences of their own actions.
The hag you made a deal with.
Yeah, she came back. Like the cat in the hat.
Mm-hmm. Like the cat in the hat, but not the enjoyable one, the really terrible one that everyone doesn't talk about.
I told her she was going to regret it, but they don't listen. They never listen.
She did end up regretting it. That's true. So Marissa hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, Marissa.
Yeah, so we fought the hag, but we are back on a boat with our good buddy Edmund and his needle teeth. He is a bit more enjoyable now since things have changed. I say that, but we're on the boat now and about to hit open water, and who knows what sort of chaos Steven has in mind. So we are currently heading... Aren't we out searching for the next Phoenix?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Steven, can I talk about the map?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
So we have a map now, and Masquerade was given it, and it was like one of those maps that's a blank sheet until you say the activation word.
That's right.
And when Masquerade bought it, they were told The next word you say will be the activation word. And so Masquerade went this whole long extended time, like, I gotta think of something really good. But then as we were getting on the ship, he got really excited and went, and we have a map. And so now the activation word for the map is "and."
You're muted, Robin.
Thank you. No, I'm not.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, thank you.
That was magical. That's one of my favorite things that's ever happened in D&D.
It was literally magical, even. So, yeah. So now we're going to cut to the intro, and then we're going to dive in to our seafaring Halloween episode. All right, we are back, and we are ready for some seafaring goodness. So, just to kind of set the scene for you guys a little bit. So, you guys have been on the boat for the better part of the rest of the day. It is now evening, and you find yourselves, the clouds are rolling in overhead. There's a little bit of like thunder rumbling in the distance, and nothing major, just like that little bit of an echo here and there. And is that rain you smell on the air? Probably. And Edmund is pirating the ship. He's piloting the ship. I mean, he is pirating the ship too, but it's his ship. And so Edmund is steering currently, and his ghostly crew of translucent pirate folk have been manning everything, so you guys get to relax. Let's roll our D10 to ask who's doing what. We're going to check in with our players as we go into the evening. That's Masquerade.
If you think that I have not climbed up into the crow's nest to get a look at what the sea looks like from up there, you are deluding yourself.
So when you go out onto the sea, it's black because it's dark. It's like that pitch, very like inky black, but it shimmers. It shimmers with this glitter that it's almost supernatural, and it is absolutely gorgeous. You can see occasionally spots of flickering light, which you would know to be bioluminescent jellyfish that come toward the surface to feed. They are quite dangerous, but they're very pretty when you're looking at them from the top of a ship. And they come in all sorts of colors: pinks, blues, oranges, greens, purples. And you also see that it looks like there's land in the distance. So there's some sort of land far off in the distance. And are you doing anything else, or is that pretty much it for you?
I am keeping an eye out in case anything untoward should happen upon the horizon, but other than that, that's it.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you are just kind of chilling, vibing in the crow's nest, and you're watching the ocean. So, who is going to be next? Let's see. From your crow's nest, you glimpse Nim. Nim, what are you doing?
Nim is just kind of hanging out on deck, enjoying the fresh air, admiring her 2 magic rings that she now wears, her ring of magic detection and her poison detection ring. Looking at those jellyfish, wishing she could touch one. At one point, she does reach into her apron and get some, stale snacks that she stole from the Gargoyle Kingdom that she was saving for Steve, but they got a little stale, so she's going to throw them to the jellyfish. See if jellyfish, crackers or biscuits or whatever she happens to have.
Okay. Make an animal handling check.
Oh, no. Oh, I have, oddly enough. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you throw the crackers to the jellyfish, and while these jellyfish are quite carnivorous and do not partake in the crackers, they do interact with the crackers. They seem amused by them. So you actually draw more jellyfish, and it seems like they almost enjoy this murky cloud of crumbs that's come into being, and they're swimming through it and almost like batting clouds at one another. It looks like they might be playing. It's worth noting that because they're playing in this way, you can catch glimpses that they have bodies underneath these umbrella-like hoods that that connect to their tentacles. They actually have almost like crustacean bodies underneath, and they have clamping pincer jaws underneath as well. And these have these spiked tips that are outlined in color. So it's colored in such a way that it seems like it would be almost alluring for small fish to be drawn to these jellyfish and into their tentacles. And as you're handing out crackers and making crumb clouds in the water, you catch a glimpse of Wisp. What is Wisp doing?
Well, first question, are we still having Wisp roll for seasickness?
That's up to you. You've been on boats a lot.
Let's say they've gotten their sea legs under them at this point.
Okay, that's fair.
So Wisp is just seated up on on a barrel. That's a secured barrel. Sort of near the mast, and is just playing on their lute and going through all the shanties they know.
Okay. Make a performance check.
Let's see here. That 29.
29. So you are almost god levels with this sea shanty. You actually managed to get the ghostly pirates involved, and they join you with their own instruments as they start beating on the ship. And one of them pulls out an accordion and starts joining you. And they are singing, they are dancing, they are locking arms, almost like a square dance a little bit as they're going. And they are just having a time of it. Edmund is on the top of it all as he's steering, just cackling with childlike glee. And for a brief moment, Nim, it's almost like he's endearing. Almost. Not quite there, but almost.
Until I see those needle teeth.
Oh no, they're out in full display with that cackling. That's why he's not quite endearing. And, Anu, what do you think about all of this display?
I am how do I explain it? Because when you said we were getting on the boat, that's exactly what I've imagined my character's just doing. It's just doing like flips and sneaking about. Well, like it looks goofy to the outside appearance, but it's just taking inventory of everything while singing My She Santy.
Okay. So you're just joining in the fun here and flipping being sneaky at the same time.
Yes.
It's one of those things where, like, as you're dancing, it seems like people are shocked when you just appear somewhere, and then it's almost Scooby-Doo-esque, and, like, you go in one door and then you come out behind something else.
Yes.
And everyone is both freaking out and really enjoying it. So, Tempest, round us out. What are you doing during this display?
Tempest, it looks quite perturbed.
Perturbed?
She's standing there. She's not having any fun. She's got her arms crossed across her chest, and there is the glowing axe. And she says, "We have to learn how to work together. I know this is not like my relationship with my last weapon, but we're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to explain to me how this is gonna work. You can't just run off. What? No, you can't go dance. It like just starts bouncing to the beat, and moving over to. Okay. You can dance. You can dance with them. Sorry, hold on. You can dance with them when we're done talking. Okay? How are we going to work together?" And it just stands there. It just floats there. And she's like, "Fine, go dance."
And it does.
It goes dance.
It goes and it dances among everyone. It would almost be dangerous if these guys weren't ethereal, but also they are interacting with it in a way they're actually incorporating the axe almost into like this limbo-esque sort of game that's part of the dance. And it is an absolute time. And you guys round out the night having enjoyed yourselves thoroughly, and it is time for rest. So does anyone not go to bed?
I mean, eventually, we have 2 elves, so someone can always be up, right?
That's true.
Anu, do you want first or second watch?
I'll take second.
Second watch. Okay, I'll take first watch.
All right. So everyone can hit that long rest button. We love it. Nothing eventful happens. The whole event was the dancing the night before.
Yay.
No sea monsters.
Remember, folks, to mark down that you have a luck point after taking a long rest.
Yep, and you have your one from starting the new game for the session. So everyone has a peaceful sleep, rocking in these hammocks below deck, just listening to the creaking of the ship. It's almost lulling in how it's rhythmically drifting you into that deeper sleep. And Tempest, nothing eventful happens while you're watching. The ghosts occasionally give you an odd look, like wondering why you're not resting with everyone, but then they just keep going. And the moon is clouded, and sure enough, the thunder is rumbling overhead just a little bit, and it does start raining eventually. And so it is raining, it is wet, it is cold, it is getting into that autumn season, you know, and it's actually kind of nice. It's peaceful. For all of its darkness and dreariness and wetness, it is genuinely peaceful. And your watch comes to an end.
Cool. Tempest goes and checks on Anu, and nothing happened. Everything's been peaceful. I'm going to trance now.
Okay.
So, Anu, you start your watch. Roll a d20 for me and tell me what you get.
60.
60.
Okay.
60? On a d20? You're not adding anything. It's just a d20 roll.
18.
18. Okay. So the rain gets a little lighter for a time, and heavy, thick fog starts roiling in, and it makes it so that it's really difficult to see in front of the ship, but it's all very it's very, very thick, but it roils over onto the deck in tendrils, and just in the corner of your eye occasionally you would swear that the shadows cast the fog as though it was forming into shapes, possibly humanoid. But if you look, it doesn't. And the morning comes, clouded, foggy, and gray, with the rain still present and the waves lapping against the ship. And everything seems like it's going mostly according to plan. Edmund seems to know what he's doing in spite of the weather. And anyone who wants to can give me a perception check.
Sure.
The air just starts getting a little tenser as we get into the mid-morning.
I got a 28.
28.
I got a 21.
21. So you hear a thud under the ship. Another thud. And then a scrape. And that's when the ship starts rocking back and forth. And you realize that there are massive rocks just beneath the ship. It's almost as though you're running aground. Anu, you have an advantage on this because you made such a ridiculously high roll. Everyone else, make a dexterity saving throw. And Edmund starts swerving and steering.
17.
I don't know what's happening! There's not supposed to be anything here!
12.
11.
What'd you get, Robin?
10, 9, 8,
You're
7.
Forget about it.
Okay. So, you guys who made less than a 15.
Yeah.
So, 15 and up makes it.
Okay.
Less than a 15, you find yourself thrown overboard, splooshing into the water.
So wait, how much of the party just went in?
3.
Ah, crap.
And underwater, it's so strange because it's bright down here. It's really, really bright. And that's when you realize you're surrounded by the jellyfish.
Oh.
I am having flashbacks to The Princess Bride right now, Stephen. How dare you?
And they are gonna, let's see if they notice you. They don't seem to notice you right now. And they don't have eyes. So they have to sense things some other way. Anu and Tempest, what are you doing as you watch your companions thrown overboard? You hear the crunching of wood on the ship. You feel the scraping, and you see splinters flying off either side.
I believe Tempest got thrown into the water also.
Went in.
Oh, Tempest went in.
Tempest
So-
went in, yeah.
It's
Anu.
me and Anu.
Oh, Wisp and Anu, you're the ones that see this.
Yeah.
So the boat is breaking?
The boat is breaking. It is being crushed by rocks.
Okay. I'm calling out Nuka to help where he can.
Okay. So, how do you do it? Do you throw it? Do you...
Yes, it is a Pokeball.
Okay, so you toss this gemstone orb on this necklace up into the air, and in a flash of brilliant light and shimmering color, you see your dragon appear, materializing before you as his tiny self. If you choose to command him, he can turn into a giant dragon.
Yeah, we're doing giant dragons.
Okay, Aragon style, with the shadowy flames licking off of him and smoke pouring from his form. You watch as he grows bigger and bigger with each sort of burst until he is a proper full-size black dragon. And he looks at you, and he's not sure what's going on. He kind of tries to steady himself a little bit, and then he looks to you for a command. Oh!
Right, most of the ship is saving. I'm gonna have him dive for Tempest, Nim, and Mask.
Okay, so he's going to dive into the water, and let's see if he succeeds. So, he definitely succeeds. You guys watch as about 15 feet away, this dragon plunges in, breaking the surface of the water, diving deep. He looks over at you, and you watch as all these lights start making their way drifting toward him.
Add something. Magic rings.
So, yeah, all of the lights are now drifting toward Nuka. And, what is, Wisp doing?
All right. I have a batshit idea that's probably a really terrible idea, but I want to ask a couple questions to see if it's even worth attempting.
Sure.
How long is this ship?
The ship is,
Like end to end?
like 100 feet.
Shit. No, that's a bad idea. I'm going to rip the ship in half if I try and do that. All right, never mind. That's not going to work.
Okay.
Crap. Is there rope easy to hand?
Easy, yeah. You don't even have to make a roll.
All right, then I'm gonna get some rope. Ideally, I'm gonna find rope that's already secured at one end.
Okay.
Because Wisp does not trust themselves to make a knot.
Sure.
And then throw the other end into the water. Where did they all go overboard the same side, or was it either side?
Pick even or odd.
Even.
Which did you want?
I wanted them to all be on the same side.
Nope. It was odd.
Of course.
So
So how many are off of each side?
If one of us needs to be isolated, I volunteer. I have a plan.
okay. We will let Mask volunteer as tribute.
Okay.
So Mask is separate.
So I understand Nuka's doing his thing, but I'm going for redundancy here. So I will throw the rope off the other end of the rope off the side of the boat on the side that Tempest and Nim are on,
Okay.
and hope that they see it and go for it. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not going in the water after you guys. I can't swim.
All right. Both of you make a DC 12 perception check.
That is a dirty 21.
Dirty 21. You absolutely make it. You see the rope.
Nim got a 4, so Nim is
Okay.
flailing, and as you would imagine, just not good at swimming. Like,
Okay.
struggling, not having a good time at all.
All right. So Nim is struggling in the water and does not see the rope. Masquerade, you're by yourself. What are you doing?
I am casting sleep at 5th level.
Oh, okay. In the center of all of the lights, I presume?
Yes.
Oh, I follow exactly what you're doing. Go ahead and roll.
Okay, awesome.
Are you gonna put all the jellyfish to sleep? Do jellyfish even sleep?
Oh, yeah.
They
These
will
do.
now.
I mean, elves can't sleep, so
Spell still works on them, though, doesn't it?
nope. Elves
Oh.
are immune to sleep spells.
Oh.
What'd you get?
Oh, I'm not done rolling yet. It's at
Oh.
5th level, which means I get extra dice.
Oh, my.
That's a lot of hit points, though. You should be able to get a lot of them.
They are just jellyfish.
Just jellyfish after that description you gave.
Yeah.
62.
Okay. Let me roll real quick to see what happens with this, because I did not expect that. So, you that are under the water, all watch as... Oh, you know what, Masquerade? I forgot. You're underwater. Make
Oh,
it...
I haven't reached.
Oh, you did it from above surface.
That was what the plan was.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
gotcha,
So
gotcha.
it wouldn't be getting the ones that are deep.
Okay, well, you guys still watch as these jellyfish dim into gray and start sinking. You got all but one of them. There is a lone orange jellyfish just still making his way as quick as he can toward Nuka.
Nuka's gonna fuck that jellyfish up.
I hope so.
So, we are gonna go with Tempest. What are you doing?
Well, Tempest, who is super happy that her armor is the kind that shifts into, that
Turbo?
she's got that shape-shifting armor, because she was always paranoid that this was going to happen. She sees the rope. Is that close enough that Tempest can just swim to it, or should she Misty Step?
Nope, you
Okay.
can swim to it.
Cool. She swims over and starts to pull herself up out of the water.
Okay, so Tempest breaches the surface with the rope, Wisp. So you've got that. However, well, we'll get to that after Nuka. Roll an attack for Nuka real quick.
Don't leave me on a however, you son of a...
Anu, make an attack roll for Nuka, please.
Okay, dokie. Is that a D20?
Yep. And he gets +4 right now.
19.
Describe what he does to this jellyfish, please.
Just turns over because it's seen being followed. He's kind of swimming with his wings and just, come here, little fishy. Come here, squishy, squish.
The jellyfish is Squish, and now there's this like bioluminescent goo just like wafting in a cloud in the water.
Gross.
Wisp and Anu, what you are aware of though is this boat is slowly being destroyed. It's going over more and more rocks, and it started to throw up and down, like bumping as though on a really bumpy road. As it's crashing and crunching, planks are flying now. It's not just splinters, it's full-on planks.
So pretty much we were the
Steve-
only alive crew, right?
Yeah, you're the only live crew, so you're really the only ones in danger here.
Yay.
It's also an ethereal ship that can be summoned again with that whistle at the end of the next day, so...
Alright.
So, but I have a question. Is this ship part of is this part of Edmund?
Kind of, yes.
So can I cast fly on the ship?
I'm gonna say no because it's too big. Because
Okay.
that's just a little bit too game-breaking.
Ah,
I
it's a
I
being.
had a-
I could cast it on a giant, right?
I think it's limited by creature size, actually. I could be wrong.
What was that?
You'd have to check.
All right, well, don't keep going. I'll
But yeah,
that's okay. We don't have to fly. It's good.
You kind of came to a similar that I was going to attempt to do, but the ship again. My solution wouldn't have worked either because the ship's too big.
Okay.
So, the ship is breaking. Now the however happens. I need to roll a D100. Pick high or low, somebody.
Somebody who wasn't
Hi.
me.
High.
Yeah, like
I got an ought 2.
Oh.
So,
Does one of us spend? Can I spend my luck?
you can. I'll let you make me re-roll.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. 14.
Is that
On a
that's better than
D100.
2? On
Okay,
a
that's true.
D100?
Yeah,
It's on a D100, so
Yeah.
that's still low.
Do you want my luck now?
Oh man, y'all just gonna use up this luck on this? Sure, go for it.
There's a lot of swing here.
97.
There it is.
The ship is gonna last one more round as
That's good.
Tempest gets aboard. So Tempest is aboard the ship now. So we have Anu and Wisp and Tempest all aboard the ship. Masquerade is on the surface of the water treading. Nim, do you swim?
No.
No.
It's like a treading water panic situation that
Okay.
I'm.
So
Doggy
Nim
paddle.
is splashing.
Yeah.
Nim is
Yeah.
splashing, but she's very visible, which is great. We love visible, especially in
visible.
these death situations. I mean, life or death. So,
These death situations.
so Nim, make an athletics check for me, please.
Okay, let me double check my athletics score just to make sure. Can I use my inspiration?
You can absolutely use your inspiration.
I lost that dice. Whew, 17.
17. Oh, I was hoping you were going to get below a 10 because then nasty things happen.
And I'm glad they don't, and that's why I use my inspiration. Because I
Yeah.
can see the evil in your eyes.
Yes, I mean it's there's a lot of evil in my eyes. It's fine. So yeah, you managed to stay afloat and visible, and you are not drifting out to sea. You are
Good.
pretty well stable in this area because you've realized now. In fact, you've been stationary for long enough. You see, you're in a lagoon of rocks. In fact, it's a miracle that the ship didn't just crash into this wall of stone that exists and instead scraped through and is now being scraped on rocks. And you see that in about like a minute, so about 10 rounds worth, if the ship manages to stay together, it will beach.
Ooh.
Because there is a beach, a rocky, craggy beach, and there are trees on the top of this plateau of this stone cliff face. And it looks almost like the mist is thicker and darker from within the trees. Your head plunges underwater briefly, and you catch a mouthful of salt water, but you can see it clearly. And in the gray, bright daylight, you see this dark, gloaming forest. And now we're gonna go to Anu.
Nuka is swiping everybody right now.
He's trying to go for Nim.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be Nim and Mask in one arm, and then
Well, Tempest already got back on board.
Yeah. So go ahead and make an athletics check. He has +5.
+5.
Yep. Because he has a fin-like tail that gives him a +1. It's great.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna use my luck because I wanna.
Okay. We're using those luck points early on. We haven't even
Whose fault
gotten to
is
the
that,
island.
Steven?
How many lucks do we have?
You have 1 luck per day.
1 luck per day.
And that yeah. Well, 1 luck per long rest.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna use one of my inspirations. I feel like I just got the same thing.
What'd you get?
Sorry, I'm doing math. 13.
13. That is enough to get one of them. Pick one.
Nim, because Mask is already
Okay.
showing how to swim.
So, you see Nuka is kind of struggling to get up out of the water and into the air at this point. So he's kind of like sloshing and he kind of half goes back under again and his wings are flapping. But he does manage to get just above the surface and he kind of like does this rock skipping thing over the surface of the water and he snatches up Nim and sort of like tumble lands on the deck with Nim grasped in his forelegs. And you guys tumble on deck. And all of you on deck in Masquerade, because you're above the water surface, can hear Edmund shout, "I can't make it ethereal because then you'll fall through."
Can we just all jump on my dragon real quick?
No, before that. So Megan brought up the fact that the ship is kind of considered a living thing, or at least an extension of Edmund.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're making the call that it's too big to cast Fly on it.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to cast either Healing or Greater Restoration on it, would that restore any segment of the ship?
I'm gonna say it will make it so that the ship automatically succeeds on making it through that round of destruction, so it just doesn't get destroyed.
I'll take it. Which do you need me to cast? Restoration or Healing?
Any. Whatever
Any.
you want. Yep.
All right, then we're gonna go... We're gonna go simple with it. We will go Healing Word on the ship. And I will keep doing this each round to hold it together until we get to the beach.
Okay. So go ahead and expend those spell slots and you automatically make it so that the ship makes it to the beach.
And how many slots was it?
It was 10 rounds worth.
Okay, so that's those wiped, that's those wiped, and that's those wiped. That is a lot of spell slots done, but the ship holds together.
Yes, the ship holds together, and once it beaches and crashes, it actually tilts on one side, and you now can see Nim specifically because you noticed this beach firstly. There are a lot more ships further down the beach. Many ships have crashed here, and most of them are not in near as good condition as this one. There is about a 40-foot gaping hole just along the side, carved by the rocks. And you guys can see Edmund for how he is now, with the fog not obscuring him in the distance as he approaches. You see what looks like actual blood trickling out of his ethereal body. He has a big gash on his forehead. His teeth are actually longer than normal, and it looks like there's blood coming out of his lip that's pouring from his nose as well, just in this stream, and it's dripping on the sand like actual blood. And he's gasping and panting at this point.
Edmund, can I heal you?
I don't know if it'll work. It might.
Lay
His
on
worked.
hands.
All right, how much do you give him?
Let's give him 10 to see what.
Okay.
It's not any different.
So you give him 10 hit points, and you see that the ship itself, while it looked like it was still crumbling and having problems, has now stabilized. And you see the blood trickling from his face has at least ceased. It's still there, but it has ceased continuing to flow. And he looks at Wisp briefly, and Wisp, as you look at Edmund, you don't see the fae, the dark fae creature that you know. You see a child who looks like he's about in tears after having just crashed his bike. And he just looks at you for a long time and then wraps his arms around your legs because he's not very tall. He's just hugging you.
I'm not very tall either, but I will kneel down and hug him back.
Thank you. It hurt a lot. But thank you.
I know. I'm sorry I couldn't do more.
I'll be okay. I just gotta make it to the next moonlight.
We'll make sure you get there.
And then he sort of looks around. I don't like this place.
Well, hasn't made a great first impression on me either.
It's... something's off about the air. It's, something magic is going on here.
Nim holds up her hand with the magic detection ring, as if to confirm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the whole island's just bathed in magic.
Well, that would be our luck.
I don't know what to do. Do we just sit here and wait?
Well, we should probably make camp. Take stock of what we have.
Yeah. Alright. I think there's some tents and tops and stuff in the ship.
I can also throw together for us a magical little hut as well.
Oh, that'd be nice. I've heard about that spell.
I will go ahead and create Lehman's tiny hut.
Okay. What does yours look like?
Oh, I've described this before, so you're asking me to remember shit.
Uh-huh.
You bastard. It is sort of a... like the air kind of wobbles in waves with a slight chromatic and rainbow effect that as the force field starts at the top and sort of forms around into the dome shape. And I set it up on the sand, not right on the water, because I don't know if we're on high or low tide, because Wisp does not know ocean. So like a little bit up the beach, but not super close to the forest, like splitting the difference.
Okay. All right. So when you cast this hut, this force field appears, and while the sand underneath is still wet because it was wet when you started it, the area inside is warm and comforting, and you find yourself drying quicker than you expected in here. And it smells pleasant. You didn't realize before, but it was almost like there was smoke or smog or something that was almost choking you, and you weren't really aware. And you make an Arcana roll for me, please.
I might want to re-roll that. Yeah, I'm gonna spend my luck point and I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
It's a little better. So that is a 19.
19. So, you've cast this spell before, so you know kind of how it works, and it doesn't allow magic to pass through it. So anything cast inside stays inside, anything outside stays outside. And when you cast it, it's almost like you cut off this circulation of magic that was going on all around you, so that now it just sort of like rolls and roils over and around the dome and doesn't get inside. In a similar way to the rain itself that's pattering off of the dome in its translucent state, and it pings almost like the echo of a bell.
Yeah, no, definitely not something right about this place. There's something unpleasantly magical about it.
And so,
Stephen, does this like Kemba spent a lot of time in the Shadowfell itself. Does this feel icky magic the way another plane of existence would feel icky magic?
mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
Is it exactly the same as a Shadowfell, or is it just similar?
It is exactly the same as the Shadowfell, actually.
I felt this before, everyone. I've been here so long now that I almost forgot what it felt like, but this is what it's like to live in the Shadowfell. This is very much, literally, where I'm from.
Don't mean to slam your hometown, but don't love it.
Oh, I mean, I'm here, right? I'm not home, so I must not like it.
Except apparently you are.
Oh. Huh. Does this look like a place, anything like a place Tempest has been before?
Make a history check.
Okay. Let's see. What's history? Is it intelligence or something? History. Oh, plus a 10. It's just a 10.
Okay. So, you don't need a high roll for this.
Oh.
You are pretty sure that this is the Wandering Island.
Oh.
It's a place that wanders between dimensions. It wanders location, and it just shows up different places. And you know that if you don't get off it by a certain time, then you are going to get sent wherever else it goes.
Oh, my dear. We have a problem.
It moves at midnight. Edmund
What time
gets
is
his
it now?
powers back just after midnight.
And what time is it currently?
It is morning because it was the morning. So you have, we'll say it is probably 8 o'clock in the morning.
We have a problem, people. This is the Wandering Island. And if we don't get out of it soon, we'll go with it wherever it wanders next. And let me tell you, I've been to many of these worlds, and they won't be an improvement.
Edmund, how long do you need before you think you can be ready for us to try and get back on the ocean?
I have to wait till after midnight.
Oh.
That's when everything will reset again. Unless you can find some source of magic or something that can help me, or possibly make the island take longer to move.
Oh, goody.
So, I could send someone back. I could banish you. We're in a different plane of reality. I could banish you back, and if I hold it, I will send you back. I don't know where you'd go, and we'd probably be in the middle of the ocean. I could send one person back.
That doesn't sound like a great solution.
And I'm not from here.
That's true.
So, if anyone wants to come up with a better idea in the meantime, I am all ears to it, but I feel like we are losing time and we might need to start hunting around here for something that can either help Edmund be ready sooner or might stall this thing from moving.
I agree.
That does seem to be the play.
Who feels like scouting a interdimensional nightmare island?
Well, when you put it that way, how can I say no?
At least we're doing it together.
This
It'll
is
be fine.
true.
Like old times, before we got on boats. When we
There
were
we
on
go.
land.
Edmund, well,
Yeah.
actually, hold on. Let me check something here. So, hold on. So, Stephen,
Mm-hmm.
the way Liamon's tiny hut is worded, it says the spell ends if you leave its area. Does that mean like if I personally leave it's inside, or like the general area, or like can it stay up while we go? Because I kind of don't want to leave Edmund just out.
So normally, yes, if you leave out of the hut, it disappears. But in the past, if you remember, we've just ruled that that is not how it works. It just exists for the time.
Okay, what is the time set on
8
this?
hours, I think.
8 hours. So, Edmund, if you want to come with us, I'm not going to say you can't, but this hut will stay up for 8 hours and you will be safe if you want to stay in it.
I don't want to leave my ship.
Then I think you should stay here. You'll be able to keep an eye on the ship and you'll be safe.
All right. Also, I haven't seen any of my crewmen since we got here.
Oh, shit.
That might have to be the next thing we deal with, because if we can't get you ready to leave or stall this thing, then the crewmen are going to be a moot point. And I don't mean to sound heartless. It's just we kind of have limited time, and we kind of have to organize one thing at a time.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we will sort that. We just have to sort this first.
All right. Just come back.
Yeah, we're gonna come back.
Nim hands Edmund the cinnamon roll box
And
for him to use.
you see the twinkle in his eyes, and you it's a little unnerving, but just the needle teeth come back. He's like, thank you. And he just opens the box and takes one out, closes it real quick, opens it again, takes another one out, and he starts just like making a bunch of them and piling them beside him.
That's so cute.
I would expect nothing less.
And yeah, so you guys are headed off into the woods, or rather I should say,
Steven.
yeah.
The pretty glowy toxic jellyfish set a precedent for a genetic predisposition for dangerous things in this area to be very colorful. So I'm going to shift into a vibrantly colorful gargoyle, guys, like shades of bright green and gold.
Okay. Love it. Actually, that is going to help you because everyone has to make a climbing check on the slippery rocks to get up to the trees. And don't roll a 1 or you take fall damage. DC is 12.
Climbing.
Athletics.
Oh, 26. Sorry, no, 29.
Are you muted, Vera, or
No.
No,
what's
I
going
can
on?
hear her.
I can
maybe
hear her fine.
I think my stuff just all cut
Yeah,
out.
everyone can
I know
hear.
Hold on a second.
Oh, yeah.
I can't hear anything all of a sudden.
That's fun.
That is not helpful.
It's not an episode of Quill and
Well,
Sword without technical
That's
difficulties.
lovely. We love this. Just a second. All right, let's see. Is this working? Let's see. Okay. How about now?
We've
now?
been able to hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear us?
I can hear you now. I don't know what happened. My headphones need to be unplugged and plugged back in again. I apologize.
Something goes wrong. Check.
Yep, I mean, that's fair. That's what we do here. We do technical difficulties all the time. That's what we do. We hadn't gotten it yet.
I rolled a 29.
Okay, a 29, so you are easily able to do that.
See, like I feel like you forget how insanely jacked some of my stats are.
That's fair. I really like this suggestion from Parks in the chat that the ships might be more serviceable than your ship, but that's not really the case, unfortunately. Most of them are in worse condition, and none of them are in better condition. But it was a really good thought, and I really like that idea. So, okay, Wisp, just describe how you effortlessly scale this wall.
It's like, I would say it's show-offy, but it just looks like Wisp actually thinks this is the most efficient way up. It's like forward spring and then a flip and then bouncing up. Just parkour the whole way up.
Awesome. So you parkour up and you get to the forest level. I'll wait to describe that until everybody else either gets up or falls. So, is it pretty safe to assume Masquerade is just flying up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Masquerade flies up. So
Y'all are lucky I ever touched the ground.
Huh. Who's next?
So if you check the screen, I got a nat 20.
You got a nat 20.
I wasted a nat 20 on this.
Just describe how you do it.
No, she's not going to show off because this is not her thing. But it's because she's not a dex person. I mean, she's not that much of a dex person. But it is very solid. It's just thunk, 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 as if nothing is slippery, as if nothing, as if it's just walking upstairs. Top.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Beautiful. So you get all the way up to the top effortlessly, and you are now also at the forest level. Is it Anu or Nim next?
Nim, you want to go next?
Yeah. So I rolled a 15.
15. Okay. So, Nim, you also managed to climb your way up. You're surprisingly good at this.
There are a lot of grunts, like, just not with the upper body strength. But she's been adventuring for a while, so she's got this.
Mm-hmm. And so, Anu, your last but not least.
We're climbing up a mountain, right?
Yeah, just a cliffside. It's a small cliff face.
Cool. I'm just flying up on Nuka.
Oh, right, because you have your dragon out. So you just right up. No issue, no effort. So you guys come to this this forest, and you do see the fog does look darker here, but that almost accentuates the many bioluminescent plants everywhere. You see vibrant oranges, reds, pinks, greens, blues, violets, and even some that are just pure white in the veins of the leaves, along the stems, the petals. You notice in particular some red flowers that have orange and pink veins, and they have these vibrant yellow little pollen balls that come up out of the cluster of petals. And they look especially alluring.
That's a phrase I don't like to hear from you.
Alluring.
So, yeah. What are you guys doing?
Do we want to scout quickly or quietly?
You're muted, Robin.
We have to scout quickly.
Should we split up?
Hate that.
I don't like...
Mild alternative? Should one of our two people currently, either with the direct ability or the steed to fly, get up and see if something becomes clear as like a destination we should be aiming for?
That is a good idea. I will take to the skies.
Okay. Love it.
Oh, that grin. Oh, God.
No, I love this. So,
Let's go.
So, you fly up overhead, and when you fly, you see these massive structures jutting out from the forest canopy. One looks like a ruined castle tilted on its side, like it's leaning, and it's crumbling, and the spires still rise, but at crisscrossing angles from the treetops. You see a mountain in the middle of the forest with caverns dotted everywhere. And you see what looks like the statue of an upper body, a humanoid upper body. You can see from basically the chest up, and you can see this hand reaching all the way up to the sky. The head is completely gone here, and there's instead a gaping hole inside.
I'm going to share what I'm seeing with everyone else through the telepathic switchboard.
Okay. And the way each of them is fairly close, you notice that the hand statue reaching up, that one seems to be any more boggy type of area. The mountain, of course, is going to include caves. And it seems that the castle is submerged in this muck, but it's not a bog because it's definitely not as luminous and alive as the statue's area is. It looks almost like it's polluted. With this tar pit, maybe? There's steam coming off of it.
I would hate to say this, but I think if we're going to find a power source, the place that is giving off heat is probably the safe bet.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So you guys... no, you guys.
We should travel there quickly, correct? How far is it?
It is about a quarter mile.
Quarter mile.
Is Nuka big enough for all of us to get on him? Like as a mount?
That seems like it would be rather large.
Yeah, well, how big are the dragons in here?
So this Nuka is a little bit bigger than Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. You can carry another passenger on him.
Okay. So that...
What about in the arms? Like, do it Garudamon style.
If you do it that way, you can carry 2 passengers and yourself, but his speed will be halved.
Can I carry the third?
Oh yeah, actually, you could.
There we go.
All right.
So who's riding with who?
Who wants to be in some claws?
I will.
All right, Wisp is just being hugged by a dragon now.
Nuka's just gonna grab Tempest. There's no.
All right, I scoop up Nim. Masquerade is fine with this.
As you're holding Nim feels it necessary to put her arms out like she's helping.
That's so good.
Wait, I could summon my own steed or fly on my... It's quite uncomfortable.
So you guys all make it to the castle that's sinking in the tar. And as you guys are flying overhead, you notice that these patches of tar, these pits, start forming. And as they do, you notice the plants in the area just don't grow around them at all. And you continue flying, and steam just roils off of these tar pits. And with the rain being how it is just making the steam that much more plentiful, in clouds even. And you come to the front of the castle. Because you're all flying, I'm going to say you don't have to do the puzzle trap of hopping rocks to get across and get to the doorway. You can just get to the doorway. However,
there it is.
The doorway is very dark, and there is tar leaking inside. So there is some sort of danger inside, and there is steam coming from the inside of the door.
Is like the door itself physically intact, or is it like gone and it's just a doorway we can see in?
It's a doorway that you can see in, but it is very dark, like further in.
Dancing lights, baby.
Okay, dancing lights. So the tar is pooled in the what looks to be, or what looks like it used to be, an entryway with a massive staircase, and the tar is about halfway up. But there is a second level and a third level and a fourth level, and the second level is balconied, so you can easily get to the top of the staircase without an issue.
Works for me.
And you guys now find yourselves in a castle. It is worth noting that Nuka is just a little big to be traversing these hallways.
He's going to be a shoulder dragon now.
Okay, so just doom, doom, doom. And he transforms into his cute little self, and he perches up on your shoulder and nuzzles your cheek. He is very content to just perch here. Like a scarf. A lizard scarf.
Yeah.
And, yeah. You guys are now... hold on, let me find where that track is. So, because you know I love my good tracks. But anyway, you guys see that these hallways are made of stone. They have tapestries that are worn and eaten away and molded. It smells like mildew in here, probably from all the steam. And it is hot in here. It is very hot in here, actually. And it is humid. Everybody's basically going to be sweating pretty quick. Does anyone have fire resistance? That's important to know.
No.
Okay.
Let's see. What spells do I have?
That's the wrong thing. This is what I wanted. So, you guys do also see there are suits of armor lining these hallways. These suits of armor have designs like you've never seen before. They have what looks almost like bat wings sort of folded over key elements. And you notice that they are pointedly absent of helmets.
They like to live dangerously.
So,
Said by someone who also doesn't wear a helmet.
so you guys have an option. Oh, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, I could never find one that fit my horns.
You guys have an option. You can go down, or you can go up.
I mean, down is tar.
Well,
So
not necessarily.
I feel like you're trying to trick us.
I might be trying to trick you. I love tricking you.
You are really like that smiling cat in Madoka Magica. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
he's literally like every smiling cat in anything.
That's yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Uh,
So up or down?
I say up.
that's my instinct.
Okay.
It's not to say anyone should trust my instincts, but
I mean, I think either direction we go is going to be terrible.
well, yes, yes, I'm taking that as a given.
Okay. So, you guys do realize that the way this castle is set up, there is a second story balcony, but then there's the ceiling. So the third story is divided above a ceiling. You'll have to explore in order to find the way up.
Okay.
Okay.
So, somebody roll a d20 for me.
Let's go.
And tell me, are you following the hallway directly without opening any doors? Or are you going to be searching through doors and crevices and whatnot?
I got a 19, and we are going to have to search all of the doors and crevices and whatnot because we don't know where the stairs are.
Okay. So, you open the door. And there's a door just at the end of the hall. There's basically two doors, right and left, and then there's a hall that goes further on and curves to the right, and one that curves to the left. So do you open the door to the left or the right?
We do both. How far apart are they?
They're like 10 feet apart. You can do both at the same time if you want. Go for it.
I hit the left.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so you open the right, and he opens the left. And when you guys do that, Masquerade, you find yourself in what looks like a maybe a guest bedchamber of some sort. It's not a master bedroom. It's not quite nice enough for that, but it does have eaten away curtains that were gossamer at one point and lovely and are now almost like draped cobwebs. You see that there are chests of rotting wood that would be pretty fragile, actually. There is one chest that is not rotten whatsoever, and there is a mirror with a vanity. The mirror is fogged because of the steam, and it looks almost like there's something moving underneath the surface. But that could just be your imagination.
I don't feel the need to wipe that clean in any way. We have had enough traumatic experiences with hags and water. I'm going to go to the undamaged chest.
Okay. So you go to the undamaged chest. You trying to open it, or are you trying to lockpick it? Are you going to break it? What are you trying to do?
I don't know how to use lockpicks. The only option I have is to break it unless I call for a new, which I will do, but a new, do what you're going to do in the room that you went into first.
Okay. So Anu, you open your door and you find a room that's otherwise identical. There is only rotting chests in here, and you see what looks like some of the tar that has maybe been made into or been tracked in by other people and left footprints.
So you said there's broken chests and then tar footprints.
Rotten chests.
Rotten chests. I'm not touching those rotten chests.
Okay. The footprints go under the bed. It looks like someone just straight up walked under the bed.
Okay. I'm going to go back and confer. Let them know what I found in my room.
Okay. Let's go to Masquerade. So what are you doing to the chest?
Anu, there's treasure.
Okay.
So, are you touching the chest? Are you getting anything?
No, I'm not touching the chest. I'm getting Anu in here.
Okay.
I'm not getting stuck to it if it's a mimic. Are you kidding? That was a joke. I really hope it's not a mimic.
Okay. So it's the only non-rotten chest?
Oh no,
yep.
It's probably a mimic. We probably shouldn't do that. Would Masquerade think about that?
That's your choice.
I want to go with yes. Like, are mimics at all a problem in VERA?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
more so in Elridia, but yes. In fact, mimics are known to be kept by nobles and nobility in Elridia to try to, like, deal with the fact that they're always being raided to, like, work as a security measure so they get less raided.
I'm gonna, like, hold up a hand. I'll take a glove off and I'll toss it onto the chest.
I was going to say mage hand.
Okay, so you toss the glove onto the chest, and the wood warps, and 4 eyes reveal themselves, and it chomps, and it slurps this barbed blue tongue, and eats the
I was
glove.
gonna say, one random non-rotted chest. Like, come on.
I'm proud of you, actually.
You almost had me, Steven.
Almost. Almost is the same as not.
So
about those footprints over there.
So, Steve, I don't like. Honestly, I know they're iconic within the game. I've actually never encountered a mimic before. Can we trust it to stay there, as long as, like, we don't touch it again, or is this thing going to be something that stalks us?
Make an Arcana check.
Blue raspberry tongue.
That would be a 29.
29. It's gonna stay here. It's waiting for a meal. It's not an active hunter.
Okay, we're gonna leave this room and close the door.
Okay.
I toss it a piece of jerky before I leave.
All right. and it actually does hop your general direction a little bit.
I'll toss it another piece of jerky.
Okay. Make an animal handling check.
Okay. 17.
17.
And you put a
The
mimic in
mimic
back of all-
hops over to you, and it goes right up to you, and it's got its tongue sticking out, just kind of whipping back and forth, waiting for more.
I chuckle. All right, come on and maybe.
All right. Make another animal handling check.
I'm going to use inspiration.
Okay.
12.
12. So
you want a bardic inspiration die to toss onto that?
Yes, I do very much.
Yeah.
Which die is it at this level?
Hang on, I'm checking. Bardic inspiration. D12.
Okay, that makes it a 19.
19. The mimic, you watch as the wood starts folding in on itself and it starts splintering, and it sounds terrible, actually. The metal creaking, and it shifts itself into something much smaller as it also jumps in the air, and it reforms into a fairly bulky but otherwise manageable locket that hangs around your neck.
All right. Awesome. We're friends now. Look, I understand. I can take multiple forms as well. We have an understanding. It's cool.
Okay, this might as well happen. Sure, why not?
I mean, this is why you play D&D, right?
So, I went to a world once where this man with a giant sword used to call that a nope box. Nope. And now you're wearing a nope box around your neck.
Technically a nope locket.
Oh, nope locket.
That's true. Masquerade has a nope locket now.
Okay, so now we're investigating the footprints, I guess.
Okay. So it seems
I
that the
just don't even know what
footprints,
to make of this now.
the footprints don't come from the doorway. The footprints come from the balcony that has double doors that lead out.
Someone flew in, landed, walked under the bed.
I will lay down on the floor and look under the bed.
Okay.
I'm not doing this right next to the bed, to be clear. I'm keeping a little bit of distance from it. I'm just trying to see.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Or investigation, your choice.
Those both suck. Which sucks less?
Probably
Investigation sucks less. That sucks less. That's an 18.
You got an 18. So you notice that it seems that the entire area under the bed, like surrounding the bed, has like this crease that just goes a little deeper than the rest of the grout in between the stones.
Like in a... It's intended for someone to lay their way, or like in a hatch or a way?
Second one.
Second one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move this bed. I think we got a hatchway underneath this.
The bed,
All right, I will help.
you will notice that the bed is actually built into the floor.
Secured with what?
You're not sure. It is literally going inside the floor.
Okay, you need to remember, Stephen, that I now have an absolutely absurd strength stat.
Oh, yes.
So it actually does matter how it's secured, because I can probably break it off.
So, you got a good enough investigation roll. This is connected to mechanics underneath.
Okay.
So we're looking for a lever or a button or a pressure plate
Something like that.
or a chandelier to pull.
Investigation?
Sure, investigation away.
I have luck.
Okay, you're going to use that luck?
I did 24.
24. So, you guys are enjoying this room, and much in the style of Scooby-Doo, Masquerade just kind of like leans on this vanity a little bit, and the very uniquely shaped perfume bottle just like topples over, and it cranks, and it's like connected to a gear, and you start hearing the mechanics crank and click and clack, and the bed starts lowering into the
totally
floor.
On purpose.
And the wall
really...
behind it folds out, revealing a stairway up.
Okay. That's a really stupid mechanism. What if somebody just came in and thought, oh, I'll try the perfume? Whoever designed this was an idiot.
Or suspected that people wouldn't try to use your perfume.
You've never just sniffed a perfume to see what it's like?
No, should I?
Once in a while.
Okay, I will try that. I will see if it
Okay.
brings me joy. Thank you. I head up the stairs.
So when the wall folds out, you do see that the footprints connect and continue inside and up the stairs.
Up we go. Mask can take point, but I am sending dancing lights ahead of them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Masquerade. You can choose. Do you want to use a passive score, or do you want to make a roll?
It depends on which score it is. Do I get to know in advance?
Perception.
I want to make a roll.
Okay. Make a roll.
And it benefits me just slightly at a 15.
A 15. Okay. So
Do we need encouragement?
you might want encouragement here.
Okay, yes, please.
Mask, you can do it. Please lead us.
And Masquerade, when Nim says that, you turn back, you turn around, and that's when you just to look at Nim, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see that in that upper area that's behind the wall but still part of that inner wall, there is a humanoid stuck to the wall, Spider-Man style, dripping with this black tar. It is a skeletal figure where you can see the tar is dripped away from the bone, and it unhinges its jaw, which is connected to tar and not to the top of the skull, and it says, "Turn back!"
Why?
And it drops in a slop of steaming tar between you and the rest of the party now. Turn back! And it starts reaching for you.
Oh, I don't like that. How high is the ceiling on the staircase?
It is about another 10 feet up. You're halfway up.
No, I mean, if I flap, can I get off the ground and not get touched by the skeleton? I'm just gonna start moving backward.
Sure.
If not, like...
Yep, you sure can.
Okay, cool. I hover.
And you get all the way up the staircase, and it starts climbing the staircase on all fours, still dripping with this tar.
How fast is it?
It is slow, actually. It's about
Okay.
half your speed. But it continues to say, "Turn back!" with more and more intensity.
That means there's something up here worth seeing.
Yes, obviously.
And the rest of you, you see this creature doing this, behaving in this way. It doesn't seem to notice you.
Can I hit it with a ray of frost?
I'm about to say
You
guiding
sure
bolt.
can.
All right, then. So let me roll that. Ooh, let me spend an inspiration and roll that again.
Okay.
That is, hold on. That is a 13.
13. So,
Finally have my lousy rolls and it's on an attack. God
You-
damn it.
you hit the creature and immediately the ray of frost bursts into this cloud of vapor. And you hear this like crunching and crinkling of frost as the masquerade, you see the creature slows to a halt, like it's frozen briefly.
I keep moving.
And you keep moving and you find yourself facing down a wall. A solid wall save for 2 pinpricks right about eye level.
Hate that. Okay, I stay a little bit back and look.
Okay? You can see a hallway beyond that's very similar to the one you came from and into the bedroom.
Okay.
Are we good to come up?
Yeah, this is a little weird.
Okay. So Stephen, how wide is this stairway?
It's only about 5 feet wide, so you're going to have to climb over this monster.
That's not my question. It's more about if I get up to where it is, stay by it, be prepared to zap it if it moves again. Can the other people squeeze past me?
Probably not.
Damn. Okay.
Can we fly over?
You can fly over, though, because it's a very tall staircase.
Okay, let's
Uh,
just...
Tempest
I-
walks up the wall and up and around.
Yep, Tempest can do that easily enough.
Nim, do you have any special way to get up the stairs, or we
I have a good attitude. That's what I have.
Nim, why don't you go directly in front of me? I've got like finger guns around around her side and be like, I will zap it if it moves. Just keep right ahead of me.
Okay.
Okay. So you try to move past it, and Nim, as you're moving past it, make a perception check.
Eight.
8. You don't need a lot to perceive this. The frost is crackling already, and there's steam starting to come from underneath the frost that was made. So it's unfreezing itself.
I tell that to Wisp.
Okay, well, pick up the pace.
And you get through.
Okay. I'm gonna zap it again on my way past.
Okay, you zap it again, and it stays frozen.
You haven't been having me roll for damage on this.
Nope.
Fuck you.
They freeze. Doesn't mean they take damage from it.
Oh, god damn it.
And Masquerade, you're up at the top where the pinpricks are. What are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still looking, but like from a distance that I can't get my eyes poked.
Okay, yeah. It looks like you're looking through a secret door that leads into a hallway.
Can I open the door?
Yeah, it just pushes
I
open.
open the door.
Yeah, pushes open. You're in the hallway, and you realize that mounted on the stone wall where the pinpricks are, there is a painting, and there are eyes carved out right where you would look through.
Yeah. Do I recognize anybody in the painting, or is it just generic? Like, what is it of?
You don't recognize it. What you see is a very handsome man, pale skin, maybe an elf. He might be a half elf too. You're not sure. Ears and all. Dark hair, red and purple cape. Reds and violets in general, just all over, and blacks. He looks really suave. Like, this guy's got a charisma about him.
A man of taste, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my colors, too.
Yep. Anyone else look at the painting?
Nim does.
Sure.
Okay. Nim, you can roll.
Probably not, because I've been, like, I'm kind of more concerned what's ahead of us. I'm going to say I haven't looked back yet.
Nim and Tempest are the perfect people to do this, actually.
Oh.
So, Nim, you roll with disadvantage, and you can choose Arcana, History, or Performance. And same for you, Tempest, but you don't have a disadvantage.
Oh, okay. You said performance. What are the three?
Performance,
Arcana or History.
Arcana or History.
I got a 22 disadvantage on that performance.
22. You've
I'm good at
heard
talking.
stories about this guy. We'll get
Good
there.
stories.
12 plus 6, 18.
18. So both of you have heard stories about this vampire whose name
Not
is spoken only in legend. And he is renowned as Strahd von Zarovich.
I
You
sure
okay,
that.
Robin?
God damn it, Steven!
I'm assuming this is from the other campaign.
No, this is
This is from
lore.
Ravenloft.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
This is deep lore.
I never played that one.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck.
Fuck.
Strahd. I didn't think even for a second I'd see an image of him again.
Again.
What is I mean, I haven't met him, but I've met with enough people who have, and I've seen his description, and he's infamous.
I've only ever heard tales, but this... It's definitely him.
I like him without the eyes. That's a good look.
I mean, so the question is this one of his castles? Or was this person just a fan?
Either way, it doesn't sound great.
It doesn't.
I would hardly think he'd still be here with it in this condition, though.
Hard time believing anybody would be, but there were footprints. Are the footprints still leading somewhere, Stephen, by the way?
No more footprints. The footprints were from the thing you just froze in the back hallway.
Oh, okie dokie.
And this hallway seems to be untouched by steam, actually.
Does it feel different? Like in terms
It's cooler.
of... Okay.
It's
Well, that's
cooler.
good.
And you hear this, what sounds like the shattering of ice, and once again this moaning, "Turn back!"
Oh, fuck
From behind you.
off.
But the door's
heard
open.
it. You're boring.
Really, you should Tempest calls back. Reconsider attacking us. Please, just leave us in peace.
It hasn't attacked us yet.
That's true. It hasn't.
I don't like it as is. Stephen?
Mm-hmm.
So the Ray of Frost has had limited impact. Can I vicious mockery this thing?
Sure.
Look, I think you exfoliated a little too much, darling. It's sloughing off at this point. And so I need a wisdom save.
That's an 8 minus 3, 5.
Okay, so that's
8 minus 3, 5.
3d4 of psychic damage.
You don't even
So
need to
that's-
roll it.
Okay.
The creature just immediately... The skull separates from... The different skeletal parts separate and seep out from the tar as the tar just melts and starts falling backwards on the stairway. It's very dead.
Good.
It's very
Ironic.
re-dead.
Ironic you did psychic damage to it because it was doing psychic damage to us.
It was just annoying me. I'm not sure that counts as psychic damage. By that measure, I'm psychically damaged by teenagers.
Masquerade,
Yes.
and possibly Wisp.
Yes.
In spite of the smell of the tar that's very strong and lingering downstairs, you smell a new smell that's strong and familiar and comforting, actually. Aged paper, old leather, and a fire. A comforting fire, a wood fire. Coming from the left.
I'm curious enough. Let's go.
The hallway is curved here, and it seems that you're now in a slanted area of the castle. So, not sharply slanted, but it's starting to tilt. You walk downhill a little bit toward this left way, and quickly find yourself sort of like spiraling into this massive open cylinder of a library. If you've seen the Disney Beauty and the Beast, think like that library, but old and decrepit. And there is a fire with wood that's fresh, burning in the hearth to the left.
Is there anyone present?
Not as far as you can see.
We don't mean to intrude, but I have a feeling you're going to treat us as if we did regardless. So if you just want to come out, maybe we can just have a nice little interaction and get out of your way?
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 23.
23. So you hear this and it echoes through the library. And then waddling out from under a table nearby, carrying a stack of books in his feathered arms and taloned hands, is a diminutive, about 2 foot tall humanoid owl with massive green eyes and brown feathers. He's wearing a small tuxedo, it looks like, with a red bow tie.
That's adorable.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
You called?
Yes. Is this your castle?
Oh, goodness, no. This is the Master's castle.
Ah. You are aware it's sinking, right?
Oh, yes, we're quite aware it's a result of the transport. It didn't go as planned.
Oh. Does this castle normally just go wherever this island goes?
Yes, actually, I have my own sneaking suspicion that perhaps Master caused the island, actually.
Oh. Is Master at home?
I'm sure, somewhere.
Is that a portrait of your master over there in the other room?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh.
That is fascinating. He strikes quite a picture.
Yes, he does take a good portrait, if I do say so myself.
Yes.
Do you like my handiwork?
Oh, you painted that.
I did indeed.
Oh, that is lovely work.
It is accurate. Incredibly accurate to a degree that it truly amazing.
Well, thank you very much. It's all in the talons, don't you know? And he just drops the books that he was carrying, let you get to the fine details and whatnot.
What are the books about?
Which books?
No, that's me asking out of character. I'm gonna look at the books that were dropped. What are they titled?
So one is a dissertation on interdimensional transmutations on a grand scale. Another is how to remove tar stains from carpet.
All right, cool.
And it's just a small pamphlet, actually, that one. And then there is a much larger book that looks like it has a half skull with human skin that's been dried and mummified over it. And it has a lock where the mouth would be. And it has no title, but looks incredibly menacing. And there are 2 emeralds where the eyes would be.
All right. That's about what I expected. Thank you, Steven.
Would Nim know anything about that book? That menacing, terrible Emerald Eye book? Would that be something that perhaps she would have heard of?
No. Not a chance.
Okay. That's good.
Is it the kind of thing people would tell stories of?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Nope. It is just but you're a spellcaster.
Yes.
And you would be able to recognize this is his necromancer's tome.
Gonna leave that alone. So, I'm so sorry that we kind of barged in. Didn't catch your name.
Oh, Devereaux.
Devereaux.
Would you like a cup of tea, perhaps a meal, some cookies? You'll be dead soon enough, and then you'll be working for me.
Oh, okay. So we're doing the polite, sinister thing. You do it well. I'll give you that.
Oh, thank you very much. But I don't mean that I'll kill you. You'll just die eventually because you'll get trapped here like everyone else.
See, that's the thing. We're actually working on not being trapped here.
Oh, yes, everyone does that. It fails.
Okay.
Always.
We might actually have a way off. We just need something with a little magic juice in it.
Magic juice. Well,
it's a turn
need
of phrase.
Some
and he just
spiritual healing for a entity that might be from this plane of existence.
So you say not magic juice, and he starts just slowly putting back this vial of effervescent liquid that he was pulling out of his coat pocket, almost timidly or sheepishly. And then you say you need spiritual healing. He starts pulling out a flask.
I do like how you think.
But if you're trying to get off the island, you'll need a vessel of some sort, for starters, to get you past the rocks.
Well, that's kind of our end to handle. It's just, just needs a little oomph, and that's sort of why we ended up here.
Oh, I see. If you're trying to get hold of something to just power something magical or otherwise restore some level of spell slots or whatnot, I would imagine that probably the best thing in the entire keep would be the Master's Necklace.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's probably not something he'd be willing to loan us.
Oh, I very much doubt that.
All right. I don't suppose there's a secondary item that might not be at that level, but would maybe have a similar effect, just not at the same degree?
Let's have him roll. No, he has no idea. I'm so sorry, I have no idea. I spend all of my time in the library.
Oh, well.
And making zombies of a sort.
Oh, was that also your handiwork in the stairways coming up?
Was it covered in tar?
Yes.
Yes, that's my own special reagent. I find that tar helps to make them more flexible and able to get into places that I simply can't. Which, I mean, I'm quite small, but I am also rotund, as you can see, and so I don't squeeze well.
It wasn't too bad. Like, the single message repeated over and over again got old quick, though. Are they limited to just the one thing?
Well, so, they're like shadows of their former selves, and they can say what they want, but they really only tend to say a few phrases.
Bit monotonous, I can imagine.
Yes, well, without a brain, it makes it rather difficult to hold a pleasant conversation.
Well, you'd think so. We're doing okay.
Yes, you're doing lovely. In fact, you are the best conversation I've had in a long while. Master's not much of a talker unless he's obsessing about this woman that he kidnapped once and got away, and it's a whole thing.
Any pictures of her around here?
Yes, up in his bedchamber, I do believe.
Is that a story
right.
I would know, Stephen?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of famous. He allegedly, Strahd had kidnapped a woman that he was trying to force to marry him, and she was rescued by some adventurers who sacrificed themselves to get her to safety.
I see.
Hmm. So this library of yours.
Oh yes.
Tell me, might we take a look?
You're of course welcome. Take a look to your heart's content.
Thank you. We should go, everyone. We should we should investigate.
So anyone who wants to can make an investigation roll.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, Tempest is gonna try because
That's a 6.
6.
Oh, I don't even have high investigation. Oh, right.
I mean, I rolled a 2, so that comes out to a 6.
I
I
know.
got a
What?
10.
That's a 7.
Okay.
We are not good at this.
I got 19.
Oh, thank God.
19.
that's a 1. A die.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you can actually critical fail a skill check, but you know, it's either a 1 or a 6.
So Anu, you are looking through the books, and the thing that sticks out to you is this motivational poster that has been painted very elegantly, probably with his talons. And it says, "When things can't get any worse, just die."
I stand this owl.
That's nice. It's just, I suppose, nice.
And you can make an investigation roll for me if you want.
Another one?
Yeah,
All right.
one more.
One more.
One more. If you make it, you get whispers.
Have a bardic inspiration to go with that. That's a D12 that you can add.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Like roll a d12.
You
just-
roll a D12 and add it to whatever your investigation roll was.
Let's see. I don't know where my dice went. Awesome. I might have to buy a new set. Hang on. I got it. Roll a d12.
It's 4.
It's 4. Okay. Does Nim have encouragement?
I do. I knew. Enjoy that poster. Isn't it great?
That's +3, right?
Yes.
Okay. 19.
19. That is one more than you needed to make it.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're sending secret messages, you son of a...
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what's the pause? I'm like, oh.
I have a question before we go. Do you know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a lollipop?
Well, I've only ever made it to 3.
Okay.
I just can't resist.
Okay, well, we will be on our way. Thank you.
Yes, they're very crunchy with the beak, you know. Do you have a lollipop?
We have pastries.
Oh, I haven't had one of those in ages either, and I'm not a very good cook. Great painter, not a good cook. And Master doesn't eat, so I'm left to my own devices.
Yeah. We have cinnamon rolls, right, Nim?
No, we don't. I got left with that.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Well, I have a pastry in my pouch.
Okay, so you produce this smushed pastry.
We've been through some things.
And it's salty and soggy from the salt water.
Yay! I didn't go in the water.
Oh, you're right. Nuka went in the water. So it's not soggy and salty, but it is absolutely smushed. He just takes it with his two talons like, thank you. And he like nibbles at it a little bit with his beak, just like, just to be polite.
I'm pretty sure a smush pastry is still a good pastry. Just
It is enjoyable.
So I guess we'll move along for now.
Oh, very well. You know, if you'd like, I could take you upstairs to Master's bedchamber in the top floor. He might be angry, but, like, he doesn't get visitors very often, and when he does, he loves to meet them.
Meet them or eat them?
Depends.
Fair enough.
We seriously considering this?
I mean, if that locket's the only source of magic that is going to be workable, we might as well just go straight to the source.
We have to get out of here on time, and we don't know if we're gonna find another one in time. This fight might take a while.
Let's not assume a fight.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm sure we could come to a compromise if we just talk it out like adults.
We will make the effort.
Everyone, we're making the effort.
Yes, that is what we are doing. So actually,
Tempest
sure.
Tempest throws her hand out like she's gonna summon her sword, and then looks down and is like, "Ugh. I keep forgetting she keeps forgetting she doesn't have a sword anymore."
So actually, Devereaux, that would be lovely.
Excellent. And he just waddles along, and he's like, come, follow me.
I'll take point.
And he waddles around this cylindrical hallway to the opposite end that you didn't go down. And there's a stairway there. He just starts hopping up one at a time. Eventually, you come into what looks like a refurbished attic type area that's made into a nice Grandmaster bedroom in the spire of a tower. And it looks beautiful, except there is no bed, but there is a coffin in the middle of the room.
Closed or open?
Closed. Oh, it seems as though he's asleep right now.
Oh, that's right. It was morning when we set out.
How sound of a sleeper is he?
Well,
He would be a very sound sleeper.
he does not make a lot of sound when he sleeps, if that's what you're asking.
No. Anew, how nimble do your fingers feel?
Steven, are there any windows in this room?
There is. There is a
They're just
balcony.
covered probably by curtains, I would assume.
Yep.
So Nim does not like the darkness at all, and is just going to walk over to the window and open the curtains.
Okay. You open the curtains and
Oh
this
my god.
gray dimmed light filters into the room. The coffin's still shut. And
Oh, yeah.
everything's illuminated. You can see the massive vanity, the brass bath with lion feet. You can see a like brass framed folding wall that has ornate metal designs of vines and flowers and things that that obscures for whatever he would want to change if there was company. There is a plush armchair with ornate upholstery. This is a very lavish room. There's a lot.
So, Stephen, question. Mm-hmm. With where the hinge is the coffin on a hinge, or is it like the lid comes off completely sort of deal?
Pick even or odd. Which do you want?
Odd.
Okay. Which do you want?
I would like it to be on a hinge.
It is on a hinge.
It is on a hinge.
Yep,
Does that
on.
hinge mean that it opens in such a way that the open coffin is going to block the light?
No.
No.
But can we turn the coffin around?
You could.
I am more inclined to say, Nim, if you don't mind manning the window, let's close that for now. Just because he might be asleep, and let's not wake him if we don't have to.
All right, if you insist, but I will be ready to pull as soon as you need me to.
Please do.
All right, so Nim closes the curtains.
Okay.
So,
what was the owl's name again?
Devereaux.
Devereaux. You know, there was something in the library I wanted to show you.
Oh, really?
Yes, absolutely. Can we go down there and investigate it? And I had a question, and I think only an artist of your caliber could explain to me this concept.
Well, there aren't many artists around, so my caliber is really a moot point at this rate, but...
Oh, no, I saw what you did. I saw what you did down there. It was fantastic. Let's go.
All right. And he just starts hopping down the stairway again.
And I shoot them all a glare. And then I walk down with him.
Okay.
So, how heavy is the coffin lid on this?
Enough that it needs an athletics check.
Okay, then. So, Anu, I'm gonna open this. Speedily and stealthily, assuming he doesn't immediately wake up. Please try and go for the locket.
Okay. This is a complex skill test, because it's a very hard thing to do.
So we're starting with athletics to open it?
Yep.
Okay. That's an 18.
18 makes it.
Okay.
Now you need a stealth roll to do it quietly.
Okay. Stealth. Okay, we are going. I've got some inspiration saved up, so I'm gonna burn that off and try again.
Okay.
Oh,
you just barely made the previous one, just so you know.
All right, we're gonna burn another one.
Oh wow! Okay.
That's a 19.
Just makes it. So you effectively and stealthily, the lid creaks just a little bit, and you lift it just slowly enough that it doesn't creak too much. And you see the man from the painting, arms crossed over his chest, and just on top of the amulet.
Anu, you're up.
Anu, I need a stealth roll.
A stealth roll? Okay.
Stealth first.
Stealth first. Okay.
I'm gonna give you a bardic inspiration now. Use it for whatever role you need it.
How do you give that? I'm curious. Because you're holding the lid open.
I am holding the lid open. So just quietly sort of hum a little tune of encouragement.
Okay.
Actually, you know what it is? I'm going to hum quietly the music that plays when in Zelda when they open the big chest.
Oh. You know what? I'll give you an inspiration back for that because I love that much.
All right. So I'll just have it there for whatever roll I need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's your stealth roll looking like?
I'm gonna use one of my inspirations.
Okay.
Shit.
Roll that. $24.
24 succeeds. So Anu reaches silently, almost like a phantom herself, and you have your hand on the ribbon of the amulet.
And now I need my sleight of hands, right?
Yep. How'd you know?
All right.
Stephen.
Yes.
Megan had a really good idea.
Yeah?
And asked if we could persuade the mimic to mimic the amulet.
I'm going to need you to make a stealth roll to do that quietly.
Okay.
Let me know if you need encouragement.
26.
That succeeds, so you can do it unnoticed. Make an animal handling check.
All right, I am going to ply the mimic with like a handful of jerky, like just a lot of it.
Okay. That will give you advantage.
Fantastic. That's still going to be 13 if I could get some encouragement.
Absolutely. You can do this, Mask. This is a fantastic idea.
Cool. What's the
+3.
+3?
I'm out of bardic
16.
inspiration, so sorry for that.
That's not enough.
God damn it.
Does anyone have inspiration left?
I have the general inspiration here. Have an inspiration.
Okay, yes,
reroll.
please, thank you.
Now, do they get to still add the 3 to their new roll?
And they get to have advantage
Yay!
because it was made with advantage.
Okay.
Okay, 21.
That succeeds. So Anu just has to make her sleight of hand roll, and then we'll have to make a new sleight of hand roll to put the mimic on him.
I think I have one more inspiration left.
I think I have a banked inspiration.
Okay.
All right.
I had a few banked ones, but I'm starting to run out. I'm not out yet.
I think this is my last banked one. That's what.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a tendency to do that. I save them and then burn through them in one session.
This is going to be added to the list of the stories that I tell forever, regardless of how it ends.
Roll a d12.
It's 6.
A dirty 20.
That makes it. You get the amulet off. Now you just have to make one more sleight of hand check to get the mimic as the amulet put on.
Okay. All right. Come on. So, do I want to? Can I borrow someone's banked inspiration?
Yeah.
You got mine. All yours.
Okay. And I've got 3 left.
So Nim, how are you inspiring Anu?
I am just standing there like still by the curtain, like big smile on my face, crossing all my fingers and my arms. Come on, Anu!
Right.
Let's see what you got.
Oh, sorry. Give me one more inspiration.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one.
All right.
Take it.
Oh God.
Come on.
Okay. And then okay. What is? Does a 17 work?
It is one short of what you need.
I have 2
Nim
more.
does have encouragement.
Yeah. So I'm still over there doing one of these. Like, you can do it, Anu!
That makes you succeed. That brings it up. So you got it. So you have the amulet on now. Wisp. Stealth roll to close the lid without it slamming.
Oh, wait. I did that wrong. Hang on. I
Ooh.
did not add that correctly. My bad. I didn't need the inspiration. No, because I added her inspiration to make it 17. That's what I added. But I completely forgot I was supposed to add my sleight of the hand.
Oh.
I
Oh.
got a 29.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm over here not adding math and shit.
So I need a stealth roll. You
Yep.
said.
To
Rogues.
close the lid without it slamming.
Can I make an argument for being primarily athletics going down because it's about maintaining the weight correctly?
Yes, you can. Go for athletics instead if you'd rather.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
If I help lower it, does that give like advantage?
Yes, it does.
It's a dirty 20.
That succeeds.
Yes.
So you get the lid shut. The mimic is on Strahd. What are you doing?
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay, meanwhile downstairs. So what was it you wanted to show me exactly?
So I was looking at this book, and I saw a particular artistic technique in let's see, which book was it? There was a picture that painted. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
No, there are many artistic books. Which one do you mean?
Yes. Well, okay. And so,
Roll an investigation or perception, your choice.
can I just do some kind of because I'm totally BSing here.
Okay.
Right. I don't know if that's deception or performance.
Sure. Performance or deception.
Or persuasion.
Sure, performance or deception. Pick one.
Okay. We're getting that's the same value no matter what. I get the same bonus on both.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a 9. That's not good.
You
Let's,
pull out this book, and it has a picture of an orc who is shirtless, and he has his hair whipping in the wind, and it's called Tusk Love.
Oh,
And he's like, oh, maybe not that one. And he grabs it and like stuffs it in his coat real quick.
okay. It absolutely wasn't that one. But the technique is also on the thing you painted. We don't need to compare and contrast. We don't need to compare.
Yes, we do. And he starts waddling out to the hallway where the rest of you are hurrying downstairs.
Oh, well, you know what, Devereaux? We have had such a lovely time, but since we are going to die, I think it's best if we all just go outside and enjoy the sunshine for one last time. And thank you so much for your hospitality, for introducing us to Strahd. It has been a fantastic day.
What did Master think of you?
Oh, he was absolutely speechless. I think, we are quite a crew. We are a lot to take in, and I completely understand him just not having really, the words to explain his feelings at the time. But we should let him get his rest because he does need it. And we're just gonna go ahead. Come on, Tempest, Mask, Wisp, Anu. Let's go see the sunshine and leave Devereaux to his work. You have done such a lovely job with this abode. I appreciate everything, your paintings, keeping the carpet clean regardless of the tar situation. You are just a master at everything, and we're gonna get out of your hair or feathers or whatever it is. Come on, gang, we gotta go.
Yeah, sounds great. If I was gonna have a conversation with somebody before I died, I'm glad it was you. See ya.
Make a deception or persuasion test. Your choice.
Let's see. Deception plus signs. Oh, we're going persuasion. 13.
13. That isn't. Well, let me make his insight check.
You know what? I have an inspiration for you.
Oh, really? I'm gonna use
that.
this. Do I need to use this inspiration? I'm gonna use this inspiration, Steven.
Well, so here's the thing.
Don't say that.
He got a 12. So,
Okay, cool.
you guys, you guys book it out of there as quick as you can. You guys make it a beeline out the doors, and
I cannot believe we just freaking did that.
you get all the way to the top of that balcony and the second story. Wings mask you a light, carrying Nim in your arms, and Anu, you've got the dragon all loaded up. You guys book it back to the beach.
Not again. I swear I could cast fly myself.
No time.
You guys make it to the beach, and you see Edmund standing there. Hello.
Give me a. Will this work?
Yeah. And he puts it on, and this beam of red light starts shining, and it almost looks like the ship is bleeding briefly, and then the red light closes the wounds of the ship as the wounds on Edmund simultaneously close. From the castle, you hear this, "What?"
Oh, we gotta go.
On the boat, everybody, come on!
And the boat, it actually levitates back into the water, and Edmund helps everyone get aboard, and you zoom through those waterways. I need one person to give me a survival check. Nim, I think you have the best survival.
I think I do. Hang on, we'll pull it up. Yeah, okay. 25.
That is enough of a success. You guys make it out of the wandering island just as the moon reaches toward its zenith. You guys have escaped.
For now.
And you guys have officially made it back onto the ocean. And that is where we're going to end it for tonight. And that was your Halloween adventure. So that was your Halloween one-shot.
Oh.
So,
That was
I
fantastic.
forgot about adding my preference, because I got a 5, and that would have given me a 17. But I wasn't adding because my stealth is 12.
yeah, no, you guys did great. That was epic. I loved your creative solutions. And as you guys sail into the mist, you see this shadowed image of a man flying towards the rocks. And just as he reaches where the rocks would end, the entire island is gone.
Did he look like he had a chunk bitten out of his chest by chance?
Yes, he did, in fact.
My little buddy.
That was so good. So thank you everybody for joining us on this Halloween adventure escapade. That was great. This is the chaos that is Quill and Sword. If you like it, drop us a follow and stick around. We have a YouTube channel as well, also called Quill and Sword, where we release the backlog of videos if you want to catch up. So until next time, everybody, whether it's on the page or at the table, tell your story your way, as they did tonight. They definitely told this story their way. And we're going to round it all out by playing the intro one more time, because I just can't help myself. Like, this is too epic to not end on the intro. So have a good night, everybody.
Woo!